Guys, in the world of the free format fighting systems, also known as the mixed martial arts, news has been a little bit slow lately, right? I mean, I feel like we have more questions than we have answers. Well, credit to Brett Okamoto. Brett Okamoto sat down for a meaningful period of time. I want to say about 35 minutes with Dana yesterday. And Brett asked some good questions that I think a lot of us have been wondering. Let's go over this real quick, okay? First off, they touched on Conor McGregor. What's next for Conor? Dana comes out and he says, you know what? You know what I think Conor should do? Nothing. I think Conor needs to wait. I think he needs to sit and wait and see how a couple of divisions play out, particularly 155. I'm not into the Conor idea versus Usman. I'm not even into the Conor staying at 170 idea. He's a 55 pounder. He needs to get back down to 55. We're going to do Gaethje. We're going to do Khabib. That's looking to be September. I think Conor needs to wait. Now, the reason I bring that to you guys, and a lot of you are going, well, yeah, Chael, he said that a few times. We already knew that. Yeah, okay, you're right. He has said it a few times, but I don't know if we knew it. At least not I didn't buy it. I thought there was some gamesmanship there. I thought there was hold everybody back. So when you make the big announcement and the big drop of Conor's coming, Conor Mania and what's next, it was a bigger reveal. I guess we should have taken it at face value. I took it with a grain of salt. The way that Dana was saying this to Brett and the fact that he's now said this 3 or 4 times and been very consistent, and he's even backed his claim of, look, Conor's got business at 155 with the winner of Gaethje Khabib. In addition to that, we'd like to hold Conor when there's press releases and conferences and a live gate. You just start adding these things up, and the fact that he said it 2 and 3 and 4 times, I think that's your answer. It was also touched upon by Dana. He said, look, imagine you are Conor McGregor. You're at home, you're minding your own business, and everybody's calling you out. 2 or 3 guys from 155, 3, 4 guys at 170. Now you got Anderson Silva calling you out. The one hope, if we want to keep hope alive, is Dana did not swat away completely the Anderson idea. He didn't show any interest in it, but he did not swat it away. He didn't laugh, by example, and go, that's ridiculous. He just said, yeah, he knew that call out had happened, and he thinks that Conor should wait. If you're to make a prediction based on that interview, you're going to have to be very clear that Conor's next return is going to be against the winner of Gaethje and Tony, and it's going to be at 155. Talked about Mike Tyson, and Dana revealed a couple of things there. First off, he said, I just got him a deal, a TV deal, going to pay a bunch of money. He's going to go do this TV deal. That was Dana's attempt to give Mike something to do that comes with a paycheck. Oh, and by the way, keeps him out of the ring. But Dana did say something further, which is, yeah, I don't want him to fight. That's true. I don't want anybody 53 to fight. That's also true. But Tyson's a friend of mine, and he's a grown man. He does not have to listen to me. If you want my opinion, here's my opinion. Mike may not want my opinion, so make no mistake. If he does go fight, I'll be there. Not only will I support him, I will go there live and cheer him on in person. There's nothing like a Mike Tyson fight, which led me to conclude that perhaps Mike's already got something on the table. Perhaps there is something going on there. I know he was in talks with a Russian promoter about fighting Alexander Emelianenko. I don't offer for you that's where it's going. I know that there was a little scuttlebutt going on about bare knuckle boxing. A lot of that was very premature and just simply was not accurate information. But there was parts of this interview that would lead you to possibly believe, because it wasn't nipped at the bud, that maybe Mike is going to box. I mean, maybe that is a very real thing. Okay. And then ultimately he did talk about John Jones and Francis Ngannou. And basically all he said there was, look, these guys had an idea. They wanted an absurd amount of money. And I quote, you could not ask for money at a worse time. And we've talked about that over here a number of times. I mean, this was just a swing and a miss to the highest of levels. Just not being aware, looking left and right and seeing your surroundings of the business that you're in. It was just a really big mess. And for so many reasons, and some guys you're never going to get through to them. They don't have the sense that God gave geese, and you just can't relate to them, but hopefully you guys will, just so none of you make the same mistake. If you represent that 1/10 of the population that thought that was a smart and fair move by John and Francis, If you're not smart enough for any reason to see that it did not work, and therefore we have proof that it was not a smart and fair move by Francis, but just imagine you're in that spot and you go, okay, I'm going to pay a bunch of money for this. That now becomes your new number. So what is to say the next fight that the winner of that moves on in the division, what's to say that that's as compelling and interesting of a fight now that you've established a new number? And now what's to say now that you've empowered somebody that they're not going to play this game on you again? I mean, do you see the problem? You have to stop these things. You have to stop them cold and hard in your tracks. And it's never a fun way to do business to default back to the contract. It's just not. You should always be able to just be humans, your word, your handshake, next on to the next one. You should. Every now and then, you have to default back to the contract. And you have to be strong, and you have to stop those things. And that was touched on. I think if you go watch that piece, you would probably have a little bit more fun than you just had with me here. But at the same time, I might have saved you a few minutes.